Cast possible.
It's a way to get beat after a really good start. Analytics, it is the way to get beat. Analytics will get your coach on the hot seat. Roughing the passer. Tackle that man with the ball. Roughing the passer. But the referee's going to make the call. What the hell is going on around here? What happened to the football that we knew and loved? You got a pretty good game last night, though. I think you were entertained. Analytics, roughing the passer, and shoving a photographer on the way to the locker room. That's the talk this morning after the Chiefs beat the Raiders 30-29 in Kansas City last night. Chiefs fan rejoice. Every time the Chiefs play, I go into the break room sometime during the show. And, did you just only talk about the Chiefs all morning? Yes, sir. Good morning to you. Happy Tuesday. Not if you're a Raider fan. Chiefs beat the Raiders last night 30-29. Jeff Sibieta, J.J. Buck. Analytics, roughing the passer. How are you, sir?
What it do?
You know?
I don't think it was analytics as much as momentum. And everyone talks about game feel, and isn't that part of momentum? Like your gut going with it?
I imagine.
It's a field goal game anyway, whether it's 30-30, 29-30. I watch Kansas City's kicker miss a bunch of field goals. I go up one. My defense, yeah, they've been shredded, but if I hold them a field goal attempt, I'll take it. You lose either way.
I don't know that you lose either way. So in the moment I disagreed with you, and I'll disagree with you now. I don't know that you lose either way. I know you lose this way. It's great to say, yeah, I want to go up too, but the risk of not going up too is what happened. You did hold them. Now, I'm with the thought process that even if it's 30-30, that guy's probably going down and kicking a field goal and beating me, if not scoring a touchdown. So if it's 31-29, or if I'm up by 31-30 or 30-30, I mean, like, honestly, what does it matter? You're saying that you think their field goal kicker is going to miss again. Okay, I'm guessing that guy's probably going down and scoring a touchdown. I'm making myself even at that point. There's 4.5 minutes to go. I'm kicking the point at that point. Said it then. I'm not saying it just now because it didn't happen, and not just because I lost by less than a point and I have the kicker. That's not why I'm saying it. I just in the moment I would have gone for it. But you think so? You in the moment agreed with it?
Yeah.
Okay. I totally disagree with it. Totally at that moment did. Just
Some point you got to play to win the game. And
okay, but there's
not just extend the game. There's a lot of time left.
Yeah,
it's a field goal either
that
way.
Wasn't winning the game. That wasn't winning the game.
It doesn't play out the same way. You can't say, look, they stopped.
No, you're right. You're
because
right.
Patrick Mahomes is playing a different game at that point in time. If I'm Kansas City, I take that point and go up 8. That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, I would have kicked that one too.
That one is more, what are you doing than the Raiders?
Why 9 instead of 8? No, 100% agree with you on that one. All right, we got a Raider fan. I know you're there. 505-246-0610. I mean, what on earth? 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. You can send us emails, Jeff at sportsanimal. Text at 505-246-0610. We're going to talk Jerry Kill, I believe, at 7:15 this morning. It is Rivalry of Enchantment Week. The New Mexico State coach, coming off a bye week, is scheduled to be with us at 7:15, Amory. So I have been told he'll be there. I'm looking forward to talking to him. 8:30 this morning, Steve Virgin's going to be with us. He has been the local beat writer for football, been the assistant sports editor at the Journal for the last, 3-4 years. His final day was yesterday, so we're just going to catch up with him on a little bon voyage as he gets out of here and goes back to Cali. He's taking a job back closer to family and going back to Central California. So just want to get his impressions on now a guy who's covered it and a guy who's leaving on New Mexico sports and specifically level football. And I just think the perspective is going to be good, and especially now that he could probably cut a little looser than be, not that he wasn't honest, but you know what I'm saying? Just kind of tell you what he's thinking on the way out the door.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we're going to do. All right, can I hit you on roughing the passer?
You can't hit me, actually, Jeff.
Since you and I
You'll
are going
be flagged.
Since you and I are going to disagree on going for 2, Josh McDaniel. I know I asked you yesterday, what are you supposed to do? Tom Brady yesterday was a big conversation, and it wasn't really Tom Brady. I mean, what the hell did he do? It was Grady Jarrett, the defensive lineman, who for the Falcons, who sacked Tom Brady, grabbed him around the waist, tackled him, and got flagged, and really spun that game. Yesterday, it was Chris Jones of the Chiefs, and this was, I would absolutely argue with you that by the time he fell on, and I believe he braced his fall on the quarterback, Derek Carr, he had the football in his own hands. What do you think of this one yesterday?
It was terrible.
I mean, it
was absolutely terrible. And they're like, well, you can't land with your body weight on the quarterback.
Where do you want the guy to go? Where do you want him to go?
To me, that wasn't excessive.
No.
At this point in time, and Chris Jones, the defensive lineman for the Chiefs after the game, was right. He's like, this, as frustrating as it is, like, this has to start being reviewable because these calls are going to change games. There's going to be one of these that does truly
you can argue
change
that it
the outcome
Falcons
of the game.
Yeah. Can't you argue it changed the Falcons
It
game?
takes for the Falcons
away.
takes away
Yeah.
an opportunity.
Yeah, it took the chance away. JJ, you run a full speed behind a man. And again, I'm going to go back to what I said yesterday. You draft, you sign, you covet defensive linemen who can get to the quarterback, right? Wouldn't you say after quarterback that is the next most coveted, most desired, most essential place on your football team?
Yes.
Okay. So you've emphasized I need guys who can get to the quarterback. And again, if you heard me say this yesterday, I'm going to say it again. It's American tackle football. The job of the lineman is to go tackle the guy with the ball. The quarterback has the ball. Nobody is saying don't protect the quarterbacks, that there shouldn't be more safety. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there is an inherent risk to playing tackle football. And you are not going to take that risk out of tackle football any more than you're going to take the dangers out of other jobs. And I'm not looking to bemoan it, to belittle it, to poo-poo it. You shouldn't get late hits on the quarterback. And where the direction that they've gone is probably good. But they've gone overboard. A man is running full speed behind a quarterback. Full speed. 300-pound, 280-pound man. And he gets to the quarterback. How do you want that man to stop on a dime, but yet still somehow bring him to the ground and lay him in bed and pat him on the head and give him a kiss on the cheek? He ran behind him. Not only did he tackle the man from behind, by the time Chris Jones was bringing Derek Carr to the ground, Chris Jones had the football in his hand. He had the ball. So he tackled him, he stripped him, and he braced his fall. I don't know which one I think is worse. My phone blew up telling me yesterday's was worse because it was a fumble. I think the Brady call was a worse call because, I mean, that was just a guy wrapping a guy around the waist and taking him to the ground. We don't need degrees of worse. They're both freaking brutal, and they're really, really affecting the game that we all love.
Yeah, it's those two calls make zero sense to me because even watching them both in full speed, they don't look egregious. It wasn't one where there was an extra body slam of picking up a quarterback and slamming him. It wasn't one where Chris Jones was doing a belly flop onto the quarterback. He was making a football play on the football where the quarterback was involved.
I don't know what you're
saying. And there's no one that agrees with these calls other than the referees that threw the flag.
And then they go and they double down on them again. And they tell you that, oh, no, this is the reason why, and you can't drop your body weight. Again, he's a 280-pound man. Where do you want his body weight to go? How do you want to play this game? And I'm not sitting here, and I heard Troy Aikman say we got to take the dresses off of them, right? I mean, I'm not telling you they got to go to flag football. What are you going to do, guys? Like you've got a huge problem now because you have legislated this so far to the other side. Nobody's saying go back to the 70s and have open season on these guys and take their freaking heads off. Nobody's saying, I don't think anybody's saying that. Maybe the guys from the 70s are saying that, right? But you got to allow a guy to tackle, man. You've got to allow, and there can't be a thought in the back of his mind that I'm going to get penalized or fined. Now, this isn't like the holding on the defensive holding on a, by the way, defensive holding on a missed field goal.
That was something else.
That is unbelievable. But you've got to figure this out because you had a good football game last night. You had an entertaining football game. You had Travis Kelce catching 4 touchdowns. You had Patrick Mahomes going nuts. Derek Carr was good. Devontae Adams, before he pushed a photographer on his way out the door, was really good. Like you had a really, really entertaining football game. Your product was really good. It was fun to watch last night. And all anybody wants to talk about is you got a problem because nobody can tackle a quarterback. And I don't think, JJ, I don't think you can wait until the winter meetings or the summer meetings or whenever the hell they meet and the competition gets to get together and we'll figure it out then. I don't think they can do that.
I don't think you can change it either, though, right now.
Why?
Because it's 2 out of how many quarterback tackles this weekend?
Okay.
And 2 very bad ones in the moment.
Okay.
And if you make it a reviewable play, I don't think that cleans it up.
Why can't you get with your
Yet.
You know how you always do these emphasis. We're emphasizing this call. Why can't you make an emphasis to say, "Hey, back off a little bit"? Like
So de-emphasize.
yeah. I mean, you've got to
Something
do
they put
something.
the emphasis on.
Yes, they all the time during the season. Well, we're emphasizing watching forward progress on a guy in motion. We're emphasizing the hand checking on it, whatever. Why can't you send out that memo and de-emphasize this and say, "Hey, like this is freaking ridiculous"? Why can't you do that? I'm not saying. I mean, I kind of am. I don't know why you can't change the rules, but you can. But okay, if you don't want to, like the memo goes out. Hey, fellas, back off of this.
Because then, as frustrating as it
Does
is,
it go the other way?
there also gets to a certain point where you're just like, what am I supposed to do? Because letter of the law.
You're talking about the
type
officials.
thing, yeah.
Which is exactly what every defensive lineman's doing right now.
And then so, as much as I hate that call, I can also understand in the moment, like the NFL, the referees themselves right now, like wanting to, all right, what are we supposed to do?
I understand that. So I'm with you on this, which is exactly what the defensive linemen are doing. So you know why they're doing that? Because they're told that this is what you got to look out. So if you back them off a little bit, maybe then they can say, okay, I don't have to throw the flag every time that someone breathes on a quarterback. Yeah, because what you're saying is going on with them is what a defensive lineman's doing. I got to the quarterback. Can I tackle him? Can I hit him high, low, middle, where, flag? Where's his flat? Like, what can I do? Yeah, because what you're suggesting is exactly what's going on right now. I think it's got to happen. All right, we're going to talk more about it. Coming up next, New Mexico State hosts New Mexico this Saturday down in Las Cruces, 6 o'clock at Aggie Memorial Stadium. New Mexico State is coming off of a bye week. Previous to that, they lost at home to Florida International. We're going to talk, I believe, with their head football coach, Jerry Kill. Next, get you ready from the Aggie perspective for New Mexico State at New Mexico, or New Mexico at New Mexico State, on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. You might not.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabon.
Rivalry of Enchantment renews on Saturday down in Las Cruces. New Mexico State coming off a bye week. And a loss to Florida International, hosting New Mexico, coming off a come-from-ahead loss on Saturday past to Wyoming. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. We'll get back to your phone calls and get back to other conversation here in a little bit, but it's a big week. It's late in the calendar. Typically, we see this in September, but now we're seeing it halfway through the football season. And in where you have an idea what these two teams are, or maybe you do, maybe you don't. I think they're both really trying to figure out who they are. The Lobos 2-4, Aggies 1-5. New Mexico State trying to figure out after the bye week what happened against Florida International after their big win over Hawaii, and they will get the home game. Jerry Kill is in the first year as head coach at New Mexico State, and he joins us this morning. Good morning, Jerry. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, Jerry. Thanks. How was the bye week? What did you guys accomplish? Was it recruiting? Was it working on things locally? What you guys get done?
Well, we did. A lot of our coaches were on the road all over the place. Local or in New Mexico, you name it, we were there, and so we spent a lot of time recruiting, and then. I stayed back. We kind of worked it out where, we still practiced Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and did a lot of things that we needed to do to get corrected. And then we worked a lot with our young kids, our future, and they scrimmaged and did some things and where we could get a good evaluation on them. And, it was just good. The kids had a lot of fun watching them, and there's an extreme amount of talent in there that we're redshirting, which is good.
Jerry, you used a word after the loss of Florida International that is a word I know it's kind of taboo in football, but you said you used the word soft in regards to your football team. Talk a little bit about that, because the Florida International game I know came as a surprise to a lot of people, just the result. You had some momentum coming off the Hawaii game and get beat 21-7 at home like that. What have you been able to improve, and talk about the use of that word?
Well, I think the biggest thing is we didn't play with a lot of energy, and that's the first time we haven't played with a lot of energy. And I've put my head together to find out, okay, why. And, we had good practices and, we worked hard. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. There's about three things that probably happen. I think young people, look at scores of other games,
Yep.
And then they say, well, this team's not that good. And, young people tend to do that. We got beat by whatever, 60 or whatever, Wisconsin, we turn around and win the next game. And so you can't pay attention to that. And Florida International, I had a good plan, but we just didn't, our good players didn't play very well. And, we, on defense, we just, we couldn't get the problem solved quick enough, and that's on us. But, the bottom line is we didn't play very hard, and we went back to making some mistakes that we made early in the year. And, this is the first time I've been disappointed. I told the kids that, I was kicking chairs. I was doing everything I could to get them motivated at halftime to get some energy. And then the other thing I think happened to us maybe is that, and again, blame myself, is that we've been through 6 games, we played 6 straight games, and, we played 2 Big Ten teams and whatever. Maybe our kids were tired, and I worked too hard during the week. And because if you don't have your speed, you don't have your shoulders, you're not going to tackle very well. And when you make mental, you're not sharp. We were lethargic. I guess that's the best word to put it.
Yeah.
And we had no room for error, none. And when we're a little lethargic, then we're not going to do very well. So I was very disappointed. I think it's the first time since I've been here that we didn't play hard.
Jerry,
and that bothers me.
Yeah, Jerry Kill, New Mexico State football coach, is with us on the opening drive.
Jerry, what areas, whether it's maybe specific units, players, have you seen this the most development so far? Because it's going to be about that all season long. But this point in the season, the lessons that they've hopefully learned to this point in time, where are you seeing things just start to take those steps forward?
Well, I think Whitford is really playing good football right now. If I was picking somebody on offense that's playing really well, day in and day out, played well last week. He's really played well on offense. Offensive line, Gabe Prasado's played, very, very solid, very well in the lineup every week. Tough kid. He's done a good job. Our 2 young freshmen on the left side have gotten better every week. And, they have, that's something to feel good about. Our right side's been beat up the whole season. So we're starting, we're starting a bunch of young kids, and, that's a little bit scary, and that's why we struggle so much on offense and playing so much youth. We're playing even our running backs, they're all got 3 to 4. See, our two of our best running backs maybe down the road hadn't even played yet. And but we're trying to keep as much red shirt on freshmen as we can. Some we can't. But and then offensively, trying to think who else has been. He had a tough game on Saturday, but our young freshman receiver has done a pretty good job. And he's improved until Saturday. I think he just was dead tired. Again, I can't put the finger on that, but Barbie was just, I don't know. He ran into freshmanitis, I think, but these freshmen get grinded down this time of the season. So we let a lot of them get their legs back. We look like a whole different team on Tuesday or Sunday.
That's good for you.
We're a whole different team speed-wise. So I think them getting their legs underneath them is going to help them. And then on defense, Ojo's played very, very well. And has done a good job of continuing to improve. And, Stitch has been consistent pretty much all year. he's our best defensive back, and there's no question in my mind about that. And he keeps improving, but he's bought in 110%. Isaiah Reed's really, he's become from a tackle that was average in the spring, and now he's, one of our better players in the defensive line. And right next to the freshman we're playing, he's 265 pounds. He's going to be a monster, great player. Those two guys are our best down linemen right now.
Yeah. Hey, Jerry,
two inside guys.
Jerry, what about the rivalry now? What do you guys? What do your players know about it? You got so many new players. It's your first time in this rivalry. You've been in many rivalry games before. Coming off a bye week, is this just another game to those guys? Because I know to that community it sure as heck isn't. What about New Mexico coming down there in this rivalry game?
Believe me, I set that tone on Sunday. I won't say what I said, but I set the tone on Sunday. So everybody knows this is an important game to our community. It's an important game to our state. I think the governor's coming down. I mean, I told him, I said, hey, this state, this is like, Oklahoma State, KU, K-State. It's, rivalries are rivalries, and they're damn important. And certainly when you're in the state of Mexico. And, I explained the whole ball of wax. And so I won't go into what I explained, but I believe me, they know it's important.
And Jerry, you have been a part of a lot of different rivalry games, a lot of big rivalries. Just what's it like when you're in that moment on the field? And as you said, whether or not the players are from the state, once that football kicks off, it's different. Just what's it like being in those moments?
Oh, I love playing rivalry games. When I was in the Big Ten, that's all we had. We had to shoot we had bowl game for every game almost. And I treat this, like I told them, it's like a bowl game. We get to play at home, but it's a bowl game. And I guarantee you, New Mexico, I know they, let their offensive coordinator go, but they ain't going to make a difference. They're going to be ready to play. Their head coach, smart guys, they'll be in there on that offense. We all say we're not. Nah, we are. And so it's a deal where we're almost in their 3 years ahead of us. Or isn't he been there 3 years, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's 3 years ahead of us in building a program, but I think we're both just trying to find a way to win a game right now.
Yep.
And so I think we're very much in the same boat.
Do you you want to say who your starting quarterback is? Are you probably going to go with both of them, or is one of those guys? I've watched a lot of your stuff. I don't know that one of those guys has really taken the reins and said it's mine.
Yeah, that's hard. It's a hard call from week to week. It's to be honest with you, we got to get better. Our quarterbacks haven't played very well in the last two ball games, either one of them, and they're getting ready for a meeting, and I guarantee you they'll accept the challenge, and they're going to do everything they can to get better. But we just haven't played very well. We can't hit a deep ball. We can't. Things that we can do in practice, we just haven't translated to the game. But, it's really, to be honest with you, I think it's going to come down to quarterback. Their quarterback, they've been playing too. And I think what quarterback plays the best probably going to win the game. So to answer, I think that, right now, it's because they're so, not that much difference, is practice is very important this week to both of them.
Yeah.
Because we got to play better at that position. And they're great kids. But we just got to play better. I think they're pressing too hard, and because we've gotten better. We've got a couple injuries in offensive line that concern me. Devontae Brown may not play, and that would hurt us. But that's kind of where that's at. We just got to be that position. If you look through college football, that position is a key.
Always
ask
is.
Ask Oklahoma.
Yep. Only Alabama can really survive that. Well, that's not fair. Not only, but they struggle with it. All right, looking forward to seeing you down there. Should be a fun atmosphere. This game is always a fun game. It's always a fun week. Appreciate you spending some time with us. We'll see you down there on Saturday for the Aggies and the Lobos. Thanks, Jerry.
Hey, I appreciate you. All the best.
Be well. Jerry Kill, head football coach at New Mexico State. It's the opening drive. Who's their quarterback? He said a couple of things in there that were interesting, and I want to dissect that a little bit. We got already some emails, some correspondence from you on roughing the passer. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
I-25 has a 3-vehicle crash going northbound towards the top of La Bajada. The left lane is blocked, so expect delays. In the metro, there's a crash north on Carlisle.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online.
Absolutely. Freshmanitis. All right. There was a lot in that. Doesn't know who the quarterback's going to be. That one doesn't surprise me. Does that surprise you?
No. We'll see both.
Yeah. Really interesting. What do you expect this weekend? I mean, they're coming off a bye. Lobos are changing their offensive coordinator. Quarterback play has been less than great from both sides. What are you expecting?
I think it's going to be a closer game than Lobo fans would expect.
Mid-20s? Mid-20s? I mean, they both score some points, right? Aggies scored 7 against Florida International. And how they're one thing I think we all agree on, Lobo defense is pretty good. And Florida International gave up, 70 to who?
Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky. And then the Aggies scored 7 on them. I mean, I'm going into this. I have no idea, man. I mean, I would tell you, I would think New Mexico would be better just because I think they've shown more signs. But, I mean, I'm listening. You tell me what you think. Art, what do you think? Good morning, Art.
Morning, Jeff. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing, brother. I'm doing. Yeah, I think the big thing will be quarterback play. Personally, I watched the Wyoming game, and I think getting a different perspective from offensive look should help them somewhat. But what I saw, and maybe it's just me being stupid, I don't know, but for a gentleman that's 22 years old, I know the offensive line's not that great, but there were times where he had time to throw. But I don't think this kid can read defenses that well because he was just holding on to the ball. And I really like the JC kid. I know he hasn't played a lot, but I think he's a quicker decision maker, and I think that's what they need at quarterback play for UNM.
I think you may see a little bit. I think you may see a little bit of him. Yeah, I think you may see a little bit of him this week.
Yeah, I think. To me, I think it's thought that there has to be a change there too, because not saying the kid's a bad kid, but he doesn't look like a Division I quarterback at all. And I was, whether it's Wyoming or you can say La Cueva High School, he doesn't have that decision-making ability to do it on fire.
Interesting.
And I think that hurts you and them a lot.
All right, Art. Good to hear you. Thank you.
Yes.
So,
you bet.
We talked about the Aggie quarterback, whether it's Diego Pavia or Gavin Frakes, and I think you see both. You think you see two Lobo quarterbacks? I mean, not just for a play here, but I mean, do you think Justin Holiday gets a couple of series?
I think we'll see more Justin Holiday. Now, yesterday, Danny Gonzalez said Miles Kendrick is starting quarterback.
That's what he said. Yep. He flat out
But all that can change in a week.
That's right. Or hell, it could change in a drive.
It could change in a drive. A lot of this for New Mexico is second half football. They haven't been able to run the football in the second half. Everyone gets it. You're not going to go out there, you scored in your first two drives, you're going to score in your next 7, then they're all going to be 80-yard touchdown drives. They need one. Like that. The last 6 quarters outside of the first quarter back-to-back games, they've left 9 points on the field, missed field goals, and they haven't been able to find one touchdown drive. So at this point, everything is on the table.
I think that's right. And you got a new offensive coordinator, but it's a quarterback coach who it's not like somebody's coming in from nowhere. It's a guy who worked with these quarterbacks and has been instrumental in setting the quarterback order. So it's not like the completely changes. But I think everybody's feeling it and knowing something's got to change. And to your point, you got to score points in the second half. Hey, it's great to come out and jump out 14-0, 17-0. I think that's wonderful. Everybody does. It's not that wonderful when the end of the game you scored nothing in the second half and you lost the game. Gopher says, banged up Lobo football versus fresh roadkill. I wouldn't be shocked to see Kill in the winner's circle, but I can't pick the club that scored 7 against FIU. Fair enough. Bruce, freshman hit the wall, Jeff? It sounds like Jerry needed a bye week as much as that team did. It's from Bruce. They all needed a bye week, man. They played week 0, so they started a week before New Mexico did. And they've been going, and they had 2 games on in the Big Ten. I think they all needed a bye week. Don't you?
Not too bad.
Yeah. All right. I got a bunch of stuff on roughing the passer. Actually, let me read you this one. You want me to read Jason now, or you want me to hold it? Rivalry week, it says. Good morning, OD. On the morning of 9/25/2011, September 25th, 2011, Mike Loxley was relieved of his duties as head coach of the UNM football program, which was a little over a week prior to the New Mexico State game. In the press conference leading up to the rivalry game, the AD at the time defiantly proclaimed this game is Cherry versus Crimson. It was a feeble attempt to rally the reeling Lobo fan base as the Lobos lost. This week is similar. It's Crimson versus Cherry, and the reeling Mutts will attempt to rally with a new offensive coordinator. I'm sure he will develop new and creative ways to get Danny Gonzalez's favorite players the ball after we After all, we always hear about DG's desire to get them the ball. This game back in August was billed as a game between the greatest team to ever stroll out of the Toad Diem, buoyed by an all-star coaching staff, versus an SEC Week 10 opponent, the Aggies. Fast forwarding, who would have believed at this point the Aggies and Lobos would have the same number of FBS wins, or that the Aggies would have more Mountain West Conference wins than the All-Stars to the north. And adding insult to injury, the Aggies have scored more points against Mountain West Conference opponents, 57, than the team loaded with the greatest offensive talent to ever put on a football jersey, 48. I guess we shouldn't hold DG's bloviating about the greatness of the offensive players against him. After all, he still thinks that gassing a bus up at Phillips 66 and eating Raisin Cane's post-game in Cruces somehow contributes to NMSU's athletic department. Not exactly stunning news that man holds a degree from UNM. Maybe that speaks to how budgets and those scary things called numbers are treated at the flagship university. Sarcasm. Yes, it is here. Not to scare UNM fans with a number. 5 days. There are those pesky numbers again. Let the smack begin. How do you hide UNM football tickets from a UNM fans? Put it under the soap. How do you know when you throw money out the window at Central? Let me say that again. What do you get when you throw money out of the window at Central and University? Anybody know? A degree. How do you scare a UNM athletic department employee? Give them numbers to read and explain the scary symbols. Crimson Elite Jason. See what he did there? That's a little start to your bowl week smack. Not his best?
Well, it's just sad when like your smack is like budget talk. Like it's a football game and you're like, we're gonna talk about our school's budgets, y'all. Ugh. That's not good for either side.
That's kind of right. Your smack is bad. Well, he did say we've got more wins than your conference.
That's good.
Yeah, we've scored more points in your conference than you have. Yeah.
That's really good.
Budget talk. 505-246-0610.
You think Alabama and Auburn, outside of their salary caps for players, care about the budget?
No, but they may be throwing that around. Oh, man.
They're talking about, players and how much your quarterback. And we're like, well, our athletic budget is balanced better than yours. Awesome.
Yes. No, I don't think they give a damn. I'm going to guess probably not. But they might be talking money, though. Yeah. All right, it's fall. It's football season. It's holidays coming up. Time to not only feel your best, you want to look your best. Guys, ladies, New Mail is there for you, as they always are. For the gentlemen, New Mail is there to help you handle things like fatigue and depression, even erectile dysfunction. They have industry-leading testosterone replacement. Do you know they're also there for you with industry-leading hair replacement options? That is correct, gentlemen, men, ladies. The number is 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or online at newmail, NUMALE.com. So you can pick the option that's best for you. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy. It uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle to stop hair loss and regrow hair. An FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser. It's proven to regrow hair. NeoGraft hair transplants, which produce natural-looking results in less than a week with no linear scarring. The treatments work for both men and women who want a natural, thicker head of hair with no side effects. They're right here in Albuquerque. The number is 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or online at newmail.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Bouncing into each other. I think Ella Chavez, the setter, was probably the one who should have had it. Oh, blocked up at the line and falls in perfectly. The Sartans.
Pushing it across is Petrie. Meyer once again, Echerivel. Baker gets it off the block to Meyer. Echerivel, this time she just pushes it. And that one, she was there, was Perea, but it went off the foot.
Are the suspended players going to be back for the Lobos this week? Danny, I believe so, but I don't think Danny's said that yet. He'll have his press conference today. Carl's in. He says, the Four Horsemen. Jeff, yesterday Carl created a stir when I demanded the Four Horsemen be reinstated right away. When you have a player or two suspended over the season, the problem's the kid, but when you have an issue with 4 or 5 in the same week, the problem's the coach. I would ask you what you know. All right. Okay.
Problem's the coach?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wish I could say more.
Because some teammates decided to
be knuckleheads.
Violate team rules?
Yeah, and it's the coach's fault. Because a bunch of guys got together and decided to violate team rules. The problem would be the coach if he let it go. Let me just tell you that. If the coach looked the other way and just said, yeah, whatever, it's no big deal, that would be the problem then would be the coach. But, okay, Carl. I'll disagree with you. But if you know something that I don't know, I'd love to know what it is. See, now we're starting to get a division. There's starting to be the people, I'm sick of Danny already now. And so it's going to be, they're going to turn on Danny. Because two and a half years in, man, let's change coaches every 2.5 years around here. Let's blow this thing up every year. I just think that, with all due respect, I just think y'all are wrong on that. Rudy, good morning.
Well, I'm calling back. This is Jerk Kill, and it's rivalry week, and I'm going to talk to Mario about trying to get my voice back. And I don't know about you, but talking in a monotone like this is driving me crazy.
Wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad. No, that's
yeah.
decent.
Oh, Mario, he's a good boy. He's going to give me some cough drops, or maybe I can get some QC Kinetics.
Oh, there you go.
About this voice.
Work on your larynx. Yeah, a little joint pain in your larynx. That's good. What's up?
It's rivalry week. I don't give a damn about the Aggies, and we're going to roll down there, and we're going to roll them right out of there. I'm so confident that I'm going to go ahead and take off to Ann Arbor and watch Penn State versus Michigan.
Ooh, not nearly as good a game as we're going to see.
No, it's not. It's only a battle of 2 top 10 teams that are undefeated. But to each his own. And Jason, keep spewing that hate because it's a great motivator. And I would like to get that little email. Maybe you can send it to me, Jeff, and I'm sure I can circulate that among the Lobo football players. And they're not going down there. What happened with those 4 guys or 5 guys or whatever it was is an internal in-house thing. And even if I knew exactly what happened, I wouldn't tell anybody because obviously Danny wants to keep that internal. And that's his prerogative as a coach. As far as the game's concerned, you throw everything out. I remember when they went after Dontrell Moore's knee down there, and it ended up being the worst home loss in the history of the rivalry, 38-3. So keep talking smack. That works. This is a team that wants to get healthy. This is a team, the Lobos, that made a change, and I think they're going to do just fine, and I think they're going to win. Now, I wanted to switch real quick to this what's happening trying to protect quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You can't protect quarterbacks that way in the NFL. You do that, you ruin the game. It almost cost the Chiefs the game last night. How they overcame that is huge because instead of you have a fumble recovery at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, right.
It was
still
down,
but yeah.
So it changed the whole complexion of the game, and it left the Raiders in the game. And what turned out to be a really good NFL football game gets marred by that because, again, you can't protect the quarterback. There was nothing Jones could do. He did everything by the book. He put his arm down so he didn't put his full weight on him. He actually got the fumble. They took a fumble away. I mean, I don't know what else you can do. And if they're going to protect the quarterback in light of what happened to Tua, they're going to ruin the game. You cannot stop yourself. You can't slow down because if you do, you can't tackle a guy.
Nope. They got to fix this. They need to fix this.
And fix it now. Don't fix it with. And I'm tired of this emphasis. The rules are the rules. Enforce the rule. If it's unnecessary roughness or if it's roughing the quarterback, they didn't call roughing when they slung Mahomes down, did they?
And it was really interesting, and the fans lost their bleeping minds. And by the way, they shouldn't have, because that wasn't roughing. It was a tackle. But compared to what we saw with Brady the other day, it was probably harsher than that, and that was called. Now, I'm glad they didn't, because 18 wrongs don't make it right, right? But yes.
And that's why they got to get it right, and what they got to tell the referee. The referee is in charge of the game. He's the guy back there that calls roughing the passer, and he's got to look at that and say, I didn't even see that coming. I mean, when they called roughing the passer on that Jones call, I kind of blew my mind. I'm not a Chiefs fan. I'm not a Raiders fan. I'm a fan of football. That's right. And that will ruin the game of football.
Yeah. All right, man. Enjoy Ann Arbor. See you.
Yes.
I got a bunch of emails on that. A bunch of correspondence on it. The roughing the passer thing, and JJ, I think this is going to be the conversation that dominates today. But people are so pissed. Robert sent me a text earlier, and it says the NFL is putting a parity product on the field. That's exactly what they want. A bunch of teams that have a chance to win. And I'll tell you what, the refereeing that's going on in this league is awful. The guy in the booth can't even get it right compared to the people on the field. Holding on a field goal attempt from the defense, I've never seen so much BS. I want to be the expert in the booth who gets to watch videos all day and not even have a chance to get it right and get paid. Said, I hate to be a Raider fan. They get they get hosed every week. It's disgusting. We can talk about this because this is where you guys want to go. 505-246-0610. Outgoing global beat writer for football for the Journal, Steve Virgin, at 8:30 this morning on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at Golden Pride at abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
This is the opening drive with three-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Bach.
Well, you had a pretty good game on Monday night last night. 30-29, the Chiefs beat the Raiders. Raider fan, you got to be cranky. Coach went for two. J.J. thinks it was a good call. I don't. Didn't work. Roughing the passer kept the Raiders in the game. Chris Jones of the Chiefs sacked Derek Carr from behind, strip sacked him. Got called for roughing the passer. Wasn't even a passer on it. Actually, it's such a crazy call to me. There was no passer. The guy wasn't even trying to pass. Devontae Adams pushes the photographer on the way out of the game, apologizes. He may be suspended. It's the opening drive. Good morning to you, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. Biggest story coming out of it isn't the score. Probably isn't Devontae Adams pushing a guy. It's not even defensive holding on a missed field goal, which I've never seen. The world's talking about the roughing the passer because it's 2 days in a row and two high-profile quarterbacks and two high-profile calls, which I think the only people, as you said, JJ, the only people on the planet who seem to think it was the right call were the referees who made the call.
And the way they have it worded with the body weight landing on the quarterback makes it impossible to tackle a quarterback.
100%.
And I can't sit here and not think that some of this is overreaction to the Tua hit, because Tua's tackle was the same thing that happened to Tom Brady. It's just unfortunate Tua's head bounced off turf and Brady's didn't.
Relatively the same thing.
It was the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was a guy grabbing him around the waist, spinning him down. Yeah.
And that we see a week later flagged for roughing the passer.
So I said earlier to you, I think they got to do something. I just think they've got to, and they can't wait till the offseason to have their meeting, the rules meeting, and you said, what can you do? I think throughout the year we hear all the time they're emphasizing, it's a point of emphasis that they're watching hands to the face on the line, or it's a point of emphasis that they're watching hand play in the defensive back, whatever. And to your point, I think you said de-emphasize it. It should be a point of emphasis to allow these guys to freaking tackle the quarterback. And it's amazing to me where this has gone. Jerry says, regarding roughing the passer, the NFL would rather have fans up in arms every Monday and Tuesday all season than have star quarterbacks miss a game. Roughing the passer is not changing because there's too much incentive to protect the guy who makes the product compelling. Look, I understand that. I understand that's where we are. And I know that, what do they say, no publicity is bad publicity, right? And so we are all screaming about it. Everybody is. And JJ, you said, if you do that, the referees are going to be thinking too much. What do I do? How do I officiate? And that's what the defensive linemen are doing right now. How do I play football? My job is to tackle the quarterback. The definition of tackle is to bring the man with the ball to the ground. I'm supposed to run full speed, and when I get there, stop on a dime and not what? It's got to be addressed. Troy Aikman made a statement, and I alluded to this earlier. He said during the broadcast yesterday, we got to take the dresses off these guys. I guess, is there a social media blow up on this now?
Yeah, everyone's trying to cancel him.
So who's everyone?
Well, no, I'm just saying the Twitter and social media went ballistic. All the media outlets. He's misogynistic. The NFL committee needs to look at that. He should be canceled.
So Troy Aikman should be fired for that statement. Is what they're? Is it groups? Is it individuals? Is it?
I mean, I'm just
not
seeing
gonna
it
be canceled.
I'm seeing
No, I
it
know
everywhere.
he's
Of
not.
course, he's not getting canceled.
I know he's not.
Which is very sensitive.
People just talking about wording. Would you have said that on a broadcast?
I don't know that I would have or I wouldn't have. When I heard
That's
it,
just all. I think that's more people like, okay.
Let's.
Old school Troy Aikman coming out on Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
It's
he
not-
said, "My hope is the NFL competition committee looks at this in the next set of meetings, and we take the dresses off."
Yeah. I mean, when I heard it, I'm like, yeah. I mean, yeah.
He said what a lot of people are feeling.
Except for the woke side is like, well, that's misogynistic.
Yeah,
You can't say that.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever is right.
This is, I mean,
Guys, come on.
Everybody's got to get in on this issue. Look, I think we probably talked this thing to death. I don't know where else to go with it other than it's ridiculous, and they've got to do something. Because JJ, you think you can play the whole season continuing like this?
Yes.
I mean, I guess you can. You
Because
can do whatever you want.
We were not having this conversation until today, or yesterday, this week.
We kind of had this conversation in bits before. Not to this extent, because I don't think, well, I almost said I don't think there were such brutal calls, but there have been. But now they were so high profile. Was the Buccaneers game on a national game on Sunday night? Who played Sunday night? I don't even remember. Was it a Sunday night game?
No.
So it was a regular, it was the Falcons, yeah, they wouldn't have been. But it was Tom Brady, and then this was on national TV, on the Spotlight game. It's going to cost a game, right? It's going to cost, and somebody said it yesterday, and they're so right. I know people lose their minds and they say, well, it's just a game, and it's just, who cares? It's, well, the people who are doing this is their livelihood. As much as what you do every day and you go to work, it matters to you because it's your livelihood. The success of what you do, that's people's jobs on the line. It's their livelihood. So it really matters to them. Those of you who put a bet on it, I'm going to guess it mattered to you. Those of you who lost by 0.8 of a point in fantasy football probably matters to you. But so you think it can go through the season, they can continue this? Because this is going to be every week now. And now, as much as after the Tua thing,
Can't say that. It wasn't every week until this week.
It was because of Tom Brady, not because of Tua.
Right. Well, okay. So the Tua thing, every hit to the quarterback now is being watched, and Teddy Bridgewater,
good.
who supposedly felt fine, was taken out of the game. Everything's going to get heightened, right?
You know who you need to be blaming?
Who?
The Miami Dolphins. If you don't start Tua on a short week, we're not in this situation.
There's a really good chance of that.
And then they lost 2 games in a row because of that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So thanks, best coach ever, Mike McDaniel.
Yep.
We are here because of you.
Yep. That might be right. That might 100% be right.
Now, you've lost 2 games in a row. People don't know how to tackle the quarterback. No one knows what to do. And here we are again.
Yeah. What? All right, let me go somewhere else. We didn't think of Devontae Adams pushing that guy on the way out. He's apologized. The word this morning is he might get suspended. So on the way out, if you didn't see it, Devontae Adams, last play of the game, okay, second to last play of the game, he's got a ball that is in his hands. Now let's go all the way back. He had 2 long touchdown catches. Derek Carr puts a ball right in his hands. He should catch the ball, get out of bounds, and kick a field goal, maybe win the game. They got a good field goal kicker with a great leg. He bobbles it. It's incomplete. Then the next play, 4th and 1, they decide to go for it all, which, again, you decide what you think the play call was there. You got Josh Jacobs, who's been gashing holes, but okay, or find a slant to Renfro, but whatever. And Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfro run into each other. I was on the phone with a guy who beat me in fantasy football, and he's like, what the hell was that? How's there not a flag? And then they show the replay. I'm like, dude, 2 white shirts ran into each other. Like, they literally ran into each other and knocked each other down.
It was the first time they covered Devontae Adams all night long.
It was Hunter Renfro who did it, his own guy. So he comes off, slams his helmet down. They lose the game by a point. He walks off the field, and he shoves a photographer. He apologized the postgame, apologized on Twitter, evidently apologized to the guy himself. Quote, I want to apologize to the guy. There was some guy running off the field, and he ran, like jumped in front of me coming off the field, and I bumped into him, kind of pushed him, and he ended up on the ground. So I wanted to say sorry to him for that because that was just frustration mixed with him literally just running in front of me. I shouldn't have responded that way, but that's how I initially responded, so I want to apologize to him for that, end quote.
What is the a FedEx letter potentially?
Yeah, fine.
In his locker room?
Fine.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't think Devontae Adams should be
I
suspended
agree with that.
for this. It was just bad timing. If you watch the video, that gentleman was running to a spot.
Yeah, he had a
and
job
he
to
didn't
do too.
like. They met at the same time. I don't think he realized he was jumping right in front of Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams got freaked out by some dude jumping in front of him.
Didn't know who he was.
Overreacted.
And look, you know,
Because the guy, you can see the guy just literally had his head down and he's just like, oh, getting to my next spot and just boom.
By every account, Devontae Adams is a pretty good guy. Okay? There's no track record of him being a jerk. Here's
Until
a guy.
now.
Well, I don't know. This makes him a jerk.
It does.
So, well, hold on. So I'm going to go back
One
to...
thing to brace yourself, it's another straight up.
I'm going to go
two-hand
back to the
shove
Bobby
to you.
Wagner thing the other day, and I'm running off the field. I'm just trying to get off the field. I'm pissed. It's emotional. And there's a dude running at me. Like, and I'm not looking for
Not at
credentials.
you, it was in front of you.
All right. I'm not looking for credentials. And he's in my way, and I pushed him. And look, bad move. Like, bad move. Is it a jerk move? It's a bad move. And I don't believe it's suspendable. If you want to fine him, fine him. I don't know if that... You think that's a jerk move or just a bad move? And I know we're playing semantics.
Jerk move.
Okay. I think a bad move.
Because you look at the shove.
Yeah. Let me see it again.
If it was just a bad move,
Yeah.
Devontae Adams stops, helps the dude up. He doesn't. He keeps going.
Yeah.
He's straight up. Once that dude jumped in front of him, he pushed him on the ground, and he kept going.
Is there any aspect to the Bobby Wagner thing here the other day? Bobby Wagner was the
No.
Rams guy on Monday night, and the guy with the pink smoke came out of the field. You just don't know who people are sometimes.
Dude, he's walked off the field hundreds of times
Yeah,
around busy tunnels.
No, the guy's carrying a. You know, you're right. You're right. He's carrying some equipment. No, you're right. Bad move. I mean, jerk move. Yeah. No,
The fact that he just keeps going after
No,
the
you're
fact.
right. Dude crosses path. You're right.
Like, it was bad timing for the guy.
Yeah.
Just happened. He's like, oh, I'm right in front of Devontae Adams.
All he did was cross his path. No, you're right. He's not running at him. There's a dude with he's holding like a tripod or so. His camera's on a tripod, and they happen to cross path. He's going through the tunnel. You're right. Jerk move. All right. Maybe not a bad guy, but a jerk move. Nope. You're right. Yep.
He just straight up there, stares at him, and then walks back.
Hey, Marie, what do you think? I mean, you've seen it.
I think it was a jerk move.
Yeah, it was. You guys are right. As I look at
It's
it,
like,
yeah.
I don't think Devontae's, not good.
No, by every account, he's a pretty good dude.
Yeah, no, it just
Emotional, just dropped the pass and ran into his own guy, lose the game by a point. I mean, he's pissed, and then this guy's in his way, and he pushed him. Yep. No, that's finable, right? Would you say FedEx letter in your locker?
Yeah.
All right, 8:30 this morning. Steve Virgin's going to be with us, assistant sports editor of the Journal for the past 4 years.
Who misses who more, Jeff?
What do you mean?
Aaron or Devontae?
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron, hands
I watched
down.
Devontae catch 2 long passes from Derek Carr yesterday.
Okay. I also see a 1-1 football team that Devontae's on right now.
Yep, and that's not the quarterback's fault. If he catches the ball that was placed in his hands, they probably win yesterday because then they bring out that field goal kicker and kick a field goal. I think the Raiders are a decent football team. Now, I'm not telling you he
Best one-win team in the league.
I'm not telling you he doesn't miss Aaron Rodgers, but if the question is who misses who more, Aaron Rodgers misses him more than he misses. Who do you think? You think he misses Rodgers?
I think
more than
Adam
Rodgers?
is like, I'm getting my numbers, feeling good. When was the last time he was on a 1-win football team at this
No, I'm
point
sure
in
it's
the
been a
season?
minute. Yeah, no, I'm not telling you he doesn't miss that, but if the question is who misses who more, I mean, I watched him catch 2 deep balls, get targeted a lot.
The second one was so good.
It was so good, and have the ball placed in his hands in a situation to win the game. I mean, the best receiver in football bobbled the ball, like with all the calls that we're talking about, and going for 2 and roughing the passers, and He catches that ball, gets out of bounds.
This was like 7 Monday Night Football games.
No, there's 100%. How many storylines
Seriously.
are this? But catch the damn ball. You're the best receiver in football. Catch a ball that was placed perfectly. Get out of bounds. Your field goal kicker comes on, and you probably win that game. 505-246-0610. Your computer systems are vital to the success of your business, and if they do not work well, your productivity grinds to a halt. There's a whole lot that can go wrong. Network servers, remote access, hackers, all of these things that you need to think about, and as a business owner, you don't have the time to be a computer technician, and you're probably not an expert at it anyway. That's why ABQ IT is a name you need to know. ABQ IT. You want to know 3 things, right? You want to know your system works, that your system's secure, and how much is it going to cost? ABQ IT has a business model with you in mind. They monitor your computers and network and keep them operating smoothly. They provide state-of-the-art cybersecurity to protect your entire operation, and they do it all at one predictable cost. Remember the attacks on Bernalillo County and Albuquerque Public Schools? Paralyzed them for days, cost them a lot of money. Don't let it happen to you, and don't be naive to think that it won't. ABQ IT handles it all. No more different providers for your internet, your cybersecurity, and when you need to buy new computers. One company, one affordable cost. Get a free assessment today. See what ABQ IT can do for your business. Visit abq-it.com. abq-it.com. No more worrying about your computer systems when you do business with ABQ IT.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The sports animal.
Text line says jerk move on Adams. No, you're right. You swayed me on that. I've come to see. I'll tell you when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. That's a
That's
jerk
nice
move.
of you.
What? A lot of people flat out. There's plenty of people you know have never said I'm wrong. Jerk move. All right. There's a bunch of stuff in the NFL, and it's not just about roughing the passer calls, and it's not just about pushing photographers and all that. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and A. Marie. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks. You can watch the show on Comcast Channel 26 and on our Facebook page, the OD in the AM. All right. So with the Panthers firing Matt Rule yesterday, their head coach, there's a lot of side stories to this. And one of them is, where's Matt Rule going to end up? Is he going to end up as a head coach at where? I mean, Wisconsin or Arizona State or Colorado or where's he going to go? He will get a high profile. Don't you believe within the next month, like before bowl season starts? Don't you? He'll be announced as a head coach at a high profile place. Don't you think so?
Yes.
Do you have a front runner for this?
No.
Does Wisconsin feel right? Because I'll tell you, when he went to Baylor, and again, another situation where I was flat out wrong, right? I always tell you, fit. And he did, an East Coast guy going to Waco, Texas, did not feel like it fit, and I was wrong. Obviously, he turned that whole thing around. So it feels like, and I didn't think he was a fit in the NFL with the Panthers. But do you think Wisconsin feels right?
Wisconsin, it's all about how they finish. Because I think they would straight up hire Jim Leonhard.
Okay.
If they finish the season well.
That's their interim right now. All right. Nebraska, I don't know that I see the upside at Nebraska. All Nebraska has right now to me is tradition, and I don't think anybody gives a damn about tradition. You're recruiting to the Big Ten, so you have a lot of money. So you have tradition and expectations. You're stuck out kind of in Siberia in some ways in that league, right? I mean, you're out there by yourself. You haven't won in years. You just brought in the golden child of everything, and you couldn't win with him. That's not the one I would go to. Like, I would go to Arizona State before I would go to Nebraska. You disagree with that?
I agree with you on the past means nothing right now in Nebraska. Okay, they presumably giving you a bigger check than Arizona State.
Okay.
But I would take Arizona State over Nebraska.
Did you see how much money he got paid to leave? He got $40+ million to walk away.
Doesn't mean he's going to go work for free.
No, he's not going to work for free, and I don't think Arizona State's going to make him work for free, and I don't think anybody's not going to pay him a bunch of money. But my point is, I don't think this decision is based on money, right? He's got $40 million coming in, and he's going to get paid handsomely. Like, he's going to go to the better situation, don't you think? Now, if one's saying I'm giving you 10 and another one's giving you 2, okay, I got that. But I mean, what are we talking about? Nebraska, the difference between offering him $7 million to $5 million?
What was Herm Edwards making?
But all these new TV deals are all going to go up anyway. So I think that's that. Okay, so the other side of the story is, are the Panthers going to do a yard sale? Is Christian McCaffrey on the market? Is DJ Moore on the market? What are the Panthers going to do? Do you think they just blow that thing up and start loading up on picks and get rid of it? I mean, what do they got? They've got McCaffrey and Moore.
No.
Moore's being underutilized. Where did I see the story this morning that, where could DJ Moore go? Giants, Ravens, Rams. Where could DJ Moore go? You don't think they yard sell?
They'll get phone calls.
Okay.
But I think McCaffrey is the one that if they could move, they would because of the contract. And if someone is crazy enough, like, oh, here's a first-round pick, you're like, sure, we'll move on.
You think someone gives him a first-round pick for him? Buffalo?
I don't.
What about Buffalo? God, that'd be good. So DJ Moore has already this year been hinting that he's frustrated. And I don't blame him. He's 25. He just signed a 3-year, $61.8 million contract extension. So he's there through 2025, which is going to be tough to move that contract, right? But he's a pretty good receiver. Like, would you put him second tier? After the Devontae Adams, the Nuke Hopkins, who, by the way, is coming back soon. How's that going to change things? Everybody's going to be sniffing around now, right?
Of course.
I got a second-round pick and a nice Buick for you. Who's the interim there, by the way?
Steve Wilkes.
Oh, the former coach at Arizona. All right, so he's going to get a shot. That's good. That's good. I just think Matt Rule's going to end up somewhere soon. Any other jobs you expect to open? When you look around, like Chip Kelly's kind of did a hell of a job and saved his job.
In college?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there'll be a couple.
But is there anything you look at, like anything sexy? I mean, you would say A&M probably should start thinking about it, but they can't buy out Jimbo, or can they? I mean, who the hell knows anymore with buyouts? $40 million he got to walk away. $40 million.
It's cheap.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. It's good living. All right, when we come back, local sports from a different angle. So Steve Virgin, yesterday, it was his final day as the assistant sports editor at the Albuquerque Journal. He also covered Lobo football, amongst other things. I want to get his perspective of local sports as he moves on and moves out after covering it here. And I'm going to say goodbye to Steve. He's done a pretty nice job and been a good dude as he leaves the Albuquerque market. So we're going to talk to Steve Virgin when we come back. I want to tell you about QC Kinetics and what they're doing for people here. It's nothing short of amazing. We're talking about lasting relief from chronic pain. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting new pain treatment with advanced regenerative medicine. No surgical, there's no surgery here. It's options, it's alternatives to surgery. So if you're living with joint pain, whether it's from injury, whether it's from arthritis, whatever it is, do not let them tell you that steroids and pain meds and surgeries are your only options, because they're not. QC Kinetics uses regenerative treatments that can restore and repair damaged tissue. So maybe you've been diagnosed with bone-on-bone arthritis and you've been told that you need a replacement. Hold on. Call QC Kinetics now. Get an alternative way to deal with that pain. These amazing protocols work with pain caused by injury as well. So do you have a torn meniscus or a rotator cuff? Call QC Kinetics now. Don't keep living with that pain. Learn how regenerative medicine can give you your life back with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. QC Kinetics. Get a free consultation. It's a free second opinion. 505-226-8688. 505-226-8688. That's QC Kinetics. 505-226-8688.
Heavy.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years.
Sports media, because it's so glamorous. Yep. Yes, it is. Right, Marie? It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Pretty good dude's been covering Lobo football around here for the last 4 years or so. Been the assistant sports editor at the Albuquerque Journal as well. Steve Virgin's last day in that position was yesterday. He, they threw him out, took his phone. He had to change his phone number. A brand new phone number. I don't know if you have it anymore, JJ. He's got a brand new phone number. And he's going back to Cali. Going to be closer to family and continue his career. Steve Virgin's final day at the Albuquerque Journal was yesterday, and he joins us this morning on the opening drive. Congratulations, my friend. How you living?
Thanks. Yes, sir. Going back.
All right. So when
thanks.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate you.
No, but I appreciate the work you did. So when you go back and you go see your buddies back there, and I know you do it all the time, what's New Mexico like? How do you answer that? How was your tenure? How was your time? How will you look back on what was it, about 4 years here, right?
Correct. A little bit over 4 years, and I enjoyed my time here immensely. I came here sight unseen and not knowing what to expect, and in that sense, I was pleasantly surprised. And I think it's a great place. I really do, and it's a lot of fun. I'm going to try to see some spots I haven't before I take off, but I've enjoyed my time here, and I definitely plan to come and visit.
I remember when you first got here, another Orange County guy, another Southern California guy, and you and me got together. We had lunch, I want to say at the old quarters when you first got here, and you got started.
That's right.
And I don't think you really had any idea, like none of us, right? I mean, we all come here, and what's it like? As you leave, what kind of sports town, and you saw not only Lobo football, and I want to get into Lobo football certainly, but what kind of sports town is Albuquerque, and what can it be?
Oh, man, that's a good question. I think it'd be really great. The fans that I've seen are very passionate about their sports, about their Lobos, and, you know, I was surprised by how much United picked up and drew fans as well, and how much people really do love soccer in this town. Going to a football game, to a Lobo football game, and then going to a Lobo basketball game is just definitely a different feel, especially for the first time, like I got to do back in 2018. And it was, for me, it was special just to be in the pit and watch basketball, because basketball, I refer that sport as my first love. It's the first sport I fell in love with. So it was just a lot of fun. And I think for a lot of fans in Albuquerque, it's that way. It's just a different feel when you go to a pit game.
No doubt.
And if it's an actual pit game.
Yeah, right.
It's a lot of fun.
There's a difference between a game in the pit and a pit game. Steve Virgin is the outgoing assistant sports editor at the Albuquerque Journal.
Steve, when you come in, as you said, sight unseen, and you're kind of a blank slate, you don't have the emotional attachment. Did you just kind of leave yourself open and say, all right, I want to experience all this stuff for myself, or did you have a whole bunch of people kind of telling you what it is, what to expect, all that kind of stuff?
There's a little bit of both, but I did, going in, JJ, I did say that to myself. I said, I'm just going to go at this, blank slate and see what happens. And also I wanted to make sure I wanted to get the most out of it too. Like I wanted to have as much fun as possible with the job as I could, while also, being serious and objective with it. And I think I got pretty close to that.
No, you didn't.
And it was a lot of fun, definitely a lot of fun. And I think the people are nice, very nice here. And like I said, the fans, the real ones, they are definitely passionate about it.
Steve, what's Lobo football to you? And more so, as you leave, you've been the beat writer. We've had a lot of conversation here over the last 2 days with the firing of Derek Warheim and where the team's going. Your relationship with Danny, and is Danny the right guy to get this thing on track and get it where they want it to be?
Yeah, in my opinion, I think he is the right guy. When Eddie Nunez made that hire, I really think that was the best one he could have done. And if they start contending for championships, obviously it's the right move. But I think even if they don't, I think he's still the right guy for the next, I think, at least another 5 years if they give it to him. They're on the right path, it seems. I mean, I got to cover two coaches, and it's been night and day for me, just the dealings with them. They've both been very professional. And I appreciate that so much, because that's what the job is all about. And getting to know both of them, getting to know Danny and his staff has been great. Coach Warheim was always nice to me, always asking how I'm doing and stuff like that. And, he was a straight-up dude even after all the messes going on. And, I think he's going to be okay. I do. Coach Gonzalez said that as well. But they had to do what they had to do, and I think it was the right move considering where they're going and what they've done. These past two losses have been really, really, really tough, because those are games they should have won. And those are type of wins that can change a program.
No doubt.
And so they just got to keep on trying, I guess, and that's all they can do, really. Yeah. But their defense is in really good shape. They've had some very, very impactful injuries. So if they can get over those, I think they'll still be in contention to get to 5 or 6 wins. I do, especially if they take their business against the Aggies.
Steve Virgin is the outgoing Lobo beat writer and assistant sports editor for the Albuquerque Journal. I know people ask me all the time, what were your favorite moments that you covered? And I've been in this market 26 years. Do you have one or two that just jump out to you that you'll always remember, the events that you covered?
Oh, yeah.
You want to share?
There's been a lot of them. There's been a lot, yeah. There's been a lot of them in these past 4.5 years. I wouldn't say it's a favorite, but it was definitely a moment where the adrenaline was at a high level when Bob Davie had his incident after the game, his heart incident. It was just a crazy, crazy time. Obviously, it's not a favorite time because it's not like a winning moment or anything like that. But as far as how the job goes and what we had to do at that time, the communication, I'm sure it was going crazy for the UNM athletic staff too. And thank God that Bob was okay. It was shocking because he's a dude that was in really great shape, working out every morning. I was surprised when I heard about it. So I'm glad everything worked out okay, and it showed, how an athletic department come together too. Wow. So that definitely, when you ask me that question, that's what sticks out immediately.
You don't forget that kind of stuff, Steve, man. You don't forget that.
Yeah. I'm sure for a lot of people that had to go through it up close, don't forget about that stuff too. But that was a crazy, crazy time.
I'll bet.
And some of the wins that Danny Gonzalez has had these past few years have been pretty cool too, just to watch because they surprised some people, and now it's like they're getting a lot closer to winning.
Yeah. Just a few more minutes. Steve Virgin's with us on the opening drive.
Well, Steve, I know another passion of yours is the game of golf. As you look at this community, this state, what do you think when it comes to golf and just all those stories that you've been able to cover?
Oh, thanks for asking that because I like golf a lot in this community. I got to cover golf in Orange County in Southern California, which were some of the best golfers in the nation. I was very fortunate to do that, and to come here, it was great for me because everybody in the golf community here is tight-knit, very nice, very connected to each other. And it was just cool to be able to report on that and to write stories about that. The junior golfers that I've got to cover have been really great. Aiden Thomas, who's now in New Mexico State, I think is the real deal. And, we'll see. He's still got some time to go, but just the way he goes at it, it was very fun to watch him. Aiden Kraft, Quinn Yost. I mean, those are kids that are coming up as well. It's just been a lot of fun. I mean, it really is a tight-knit community, the golf community.
Yeah. All right, what's next for Steve Virgin? I know people always say, all right, where'd he go? What's he doing? And you were coy for a little while on your social media where you're going. What's next for Steve Virgin? Where are you going?
I'm going back to a place where I used to work. It's called the Bakersfield Californian, and it's kind of the paper in that town, kind of like the Albuquerque Journal. And I'm not doing sports anymore. It's kind of new for me because sports has been my life for the past 23 years. I'm going to be writing more about features, arts and entertainment, all the stuff that's going on in Bakersfield. It's a fun town. I'm happy to be going back. I lived there from 2004 to 2006. And, just grateful for the time I've had here. It's kind of bittersweet because the sports staff at the Journal has been amazing. A lot of great talent there, and we're going to have a luncheon today at Sadie's that I'm looking forward to.
Right on.
And just good people, really good people. And, I'll be in Bakersfield.
Well, you made a mark here, Steve.
Yeah.
No, that's good. And you can read him online, the Bakersfield Californian. You can find that and continue to stay in touch with Steve. You made your mark here. You did a heck of a job here, and be proud of what you did. There's been some good, I think there's been some good journalists who've come through this market, and I've been here for, it came out of my mouth the other day, a quarter of a century. I've seen one or two. You did a hell of a job, and I know there's good things in front of you. Be well, my friend. Appreciate you spending some time with us on your way out of town, and best of luck to you. Let's stay in touch.
Let's do that. Thanks a lot, Jeff.
All right. Be well, Steve. Good luck to you.
All right, JJ. Thanks, man. See you guys.
See you, man. Thank you.
Steve Virgin on his way out, assistant. It's always, sometimes guys just disappear, and it's like, what happened? Well, Steve, people have been reading Steve every day, and I just thought it would be good to get his opinion on his way out, what he thought and what his experiences were like, and let people know where he's going, because I think people, in this industry, JJ, people just come and go all the time. So that's a good dude. He's a good dude. All right, back into the conversation. I got your correspondence. We'll reset for you when we return. Lobos and Aggies this week, if you want to get in on that. I got some lame Lobo Aggie jokes as well. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Try Wendy's new home.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness.
The Associated Press is reporting this morning that the National Football League does plan to discuss roughing the passer penalties. There's a person evidently with knowledge, but speaking on the condition of anonymity to the Associated Press because the conversations are internal, said the changes to the rule not expected during the season. And this person said that the league has not, I repeat, has not given officials a directive to emphasize roughing calls since the Tua Tagovailoa concussion, which is something we've talked about. So the NFL owners, JJ, will meet in New York next week. It was a scheduled meeting. The league's competition committee, which is composed of 6 team owners or executives and 4 head coaches, make the recommendations for rule changes. And so teams can propose rule changes, which need 24 of the owners to approve it to pass. And Chris Jones, the defensive tackle for the Chiefs, who was flagged in the controversial call last night, said that, why don't they offer up review of roughing calls? And I guess that's fine. But, JJ, if you look at last night's call, every single person I know, including Troy Aikman, by the way, Marie, looks at it and says that that's not roughing. But the official who made the call is doubled down on it. Now, would a replay official look at that and say, no, I see, because they'd be on a headset and the referee would say, no, look at him. He put his body weight on him. That's what I saw. Do you think that would have been overturned by an official in the booth last night? Either one of them, that or the Tom Brady thing?
The Chris Jones one, no. Tom Brady one,
maybe?
Probably.
Okay. Which one do you think was a more egregious call? People were telling me yesterday's was more egregious. The Chris Jones strip sacking Derek Carr from behind, and then he falls on him. He tackles him in tackle football. Or the Brady one where it was Grady Jarrett who grabbed him from around the waist and kind of carried him around. I thought the Brady call was worse because, that looks so innocuous to me. But I was told that I'm wrong because last night's was a fumble, so that was a worse call.
Without the fumble being involved, I thought it was Tom Brady.
That was a worse call.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. So there is at least, I don't know, some conversation here. I said earlier in the show today, and I think something's got to be done this season. And whether that's de-emphasizing or if you want to emphasize something, fine. Emphasize not making that frickin' call all the time. Emphasize the fact that defensive linemen have a job to do, and unless it is crazy. So who was the caller who called earlier? Did you see the Patrick Mahomes tackle? Where he was spun around and flung to the ground too, right? And let me make sure it's very clear, that should not have been a penalty, but that was a way harder throw down than either one of those two were.
Yes.
I mean, can we emphasize with the referees that we're playing tackle football and the defensive lineman's job is to tackle the guy with the ball? Not hurt him, not destroy him, not take his freaking head off, but let him do his job. Do you agree there's got to be something done?
Yes.
All right. 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. Ron Rivera doesn't regret getting Carson Wentz. And who's the coach of the year right now? Mike McCarthy? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
I'm on. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Years running. This is the opening drive with three-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Bach.
Oh, it's over now. Week 5 of the NFL, or week 5? NFL's over. Boy, did it end with a bang last night. Raider fan, how you living? I know. 1-4 is not nice. And the way you lost that game to those guys. Meanwhile, text line says Kevin O'Connell, Vikings coach, 4-1, baby. Coach of the year by far.
No.
No. I mean, it's fun, but no.
He's doing a nice job.
Absolutely. We'll see.
And you can put him in the conversation if you prefer.
Yeah.
Coach of the year, Brian Dable or Mike McCarthy?
It is a tug of war between those two.
No,
Because Kevin O'Connell comes into a good football team.
Mhm.
Like you're stepping in there. All right, you got weapons. All the talk was about just retooling the defense a little bit. But you're talking about winning football games with Daniel Jones and Cooper Rush. Way more impressive than winning football games with Kirk Cousins.
That's right. And Dalvin Cook.
Yes.
All right. You said I got to do my biggest winners and losers, right?
Yes. And you have Monday Night Football.
Well, then I threw the Raiders
Sunday.
in there. Yeah, no, I threw the Raiders in there as the number. Yeah, maybe I might even put them there. All right. So the biggest winners and losers of the weekend. You want them?
Let's go.
My biggest winner, number one biggest winner, was it was the Cowboys. It was the Cowboys. And I watched them go into the home of the defending Super Bowl champions and dominate the Rams. I've watched them go 4-0 with Cooper Rush as their starting quarterback. They are 4-1, headed into a showdown with the only undefeated team in the National Football League. They may or may not have Dak Prescott back. They may or may not want Dak Prescott back this week. But my number one winner on the week is the Dallas Cowboys, who won 4 in a row and went in and smacked the Rams around. In whose house? It was the Cowboys' house. You guys disagree on number one?
I think the Giants for me.
They're number 2 for me. But you got them as number 1? Okay. What about you? You all right with the Cowboys? Number 2 to me is the Giants. Giants on the road in London beat the Green Bay Packers. Daniel Jones was good enough. And then defensively, they came up at the end, knocked balls back in the face of Aaron Rodgers, frustrated him, and shut them down. The Giants are 4-1. They would not extend their quarterback because they really didn't believe in him. And so I was told this is a throwaway year for the Giants, that they may not win 3 games, that they're one of the worst teams in the NFL. I mean, roll back some of this tape. There's got to be receipts on some of these things people say. They're my second biggest winner of the week. They're number 1 for you. Are you okay with them being 2? My third biggest winner of the week is the New York Football Jets. The Jets, 40-22 over the Dolphins. Now, I understand they played a third-string quarterback named Skylar something. that you'd never heard of. But the Jets put up 40 points. The Jets are 3-2. Robert Saleh's taking receipts. The New York Jets found a way to score 40 points. Breece Hall, their rookie running back, got running 197 yards in total offense. Defensively, and again, I got who they played. But that was a Dolphins team that started out the year, and everybody's going, ho, look out, the Dolphins may contend. Well, they better get quarterback play. The New York Jets have turned a corner a little bit and are not a joke anymore. The New York Jets are my number 3 winner on the week. So I got Cowboys, Giants, Jets. 1, 2, 3. What'd you put together? What do you got? You guys don't do lists?
No.
You don't have to.
No, we do lists.
I just go off your list.
Really? Is it, I hate.
Well, that's what's so funny is yours is right on point with mine. But Biggest Losers.
All right.
I know this is great radio when we all agree.
Yeah,
but.
no, I don't like list radio. But all right. So my biggest loser of the week was the Packers. And sometimes the losers coincide with the winners. But to go on the road and look like they did and drop that one to that team, and I think people are starting to think Aaron Rodgers is a little in trouble because there hasn't been, whether it's Dobbs or whether it's Lazard or it was kind of Cobb the other day, you expected Aaron Rodgers to bring that team back against that team. And I got the Packers falling on the road to the Jets. That's my biggest loser of the week. My number 2 biggest loser of the week was last night was the Raiders. Because they're 1-4, and because now they're falling so far back, and I think that's a decent football team that went on a road and found a way to lose. Instead of finding a way to win, they found a way to lose. And to get out like they did, I mean, that was like a Lobo football game, right? To get out like they did and to find a way to lose like that and in painful fashion, not get stuff done at the end, not execute. The final play of the game offensively for them, they have 2 receivers running into each other. Their best receiver drops a ball that was dropped right in his hand. Quarterback's playing well enough to win. To me, the number 2 biggest loser was them. And the number 3 biggest loser of the week was the Browns. They had an opportunity to stick it up Brandon Staley's backside. They were given a chance. Browns are 2-3. Browns think they're contending. Now, they're only a game back in that division, but I think the Ravens are going to go on a little run here. I think the Bengals are going to go on a little run here. To me, it was the Browns. They had a chance to win at home and to stick it to a Charger team that is just been scuffling and really tried to give them a win, really tried to put it in their hands. So I got Packers, Raiders, Browns. Honorable mention to the Cardinals.
Ooh, I have the Lions and Cardinals in my top 3.
Yeah, Lions, to me, have no expectations. So, I mean, yeah, they lost 29-0, but whatever. But the Cardinals were honorable mention. They were 3 yesterday, but the Raiders knocked them out. You guys all right with my list? So you're where? Where are you at?
Good list. I pretty much agree with you, except I had the Lions and Cardinals in there with the Packers.
Yeah, fair enough. You okay with that? Packers, Raiders, Browns?
Yeah, because the Packers losing a double-digit lead. No bueno.
No bueno.
All the
that
talk,
team?
oh, if we lose next week, well, you just lost.
Yeah.
You just lost today. But if you lose next week, nope. It's about now.
Yep. All right. 505-246-0610. Marty, good morning.
Good morning, both of you guys.
Where you been?
Anna Marie. I was just thinking, this could have very easily been a New Mexico Lobo football bowl year, because why would you want to suspend your 4 best players on the team? In hindsight, we should have beat Vegas. We should have beaten Wyoming. That's 4 wins. Going into New Mexico State, that's 5 wins. Mm-hmm. We need 1 more win, and we got a bowl game. So, I would rather put winning over discipline, at all costs, especially at this university where seldom do we get, where we need to be. And it would have been good for team morale, et cetera, et cetera. But, I blame a lot of stuff on special teams. These last 2 losses, special teams, Had we been a little more proficient in special teams, we'd be sitting at a nice 4-2, going into the state game 5-2. But, however, these jinxes that we have at the university just don't seem to work out or play out. But don't you agree, Jeff? Agree with me for once.
No.
So, Marty, you said something. Why would you want to? I don't think you ever want to suspend a player, right?
Right.
You said why would you want to suspend a player? I don't think you want to. Honestly, I don't agree with you. And sometimes,
Do you ever?
yeah, I do sometimes actually. I do, but I'll tell you why. If you put down rules, and guys blatantly go out and do something stupid, and you let them get away with it, you've lost control. And to me, the program is more important than that one game. So while I agree with you that you had an opportunity here, and there's no guarantee you would have won that game with those guys, by the way. There's no guarantee. You would have had a better chance to win, 100%. No, I think that Danny had no choice but to suspend those guys.
But who's going to know? Who's going to know?
They will internally. That's the key.
Oh.
They will. Those guys in that room will know. And then they think, well, I mean, coach puts down rules, but there's no consequence. That's who's going to know.
Well, in this day and age, I mean, I watch WWE. They cheat to win. Everybody cheats to win. You got to cheat to win.
Fake.
It's fake.
It's scripted
Maybe
wrestling. How's that?
Maybe
what does that
that's
do
what we
with
should
you?
do. We should be fake.
Maybe. So let's predetermine the score. All right. Hey, don't be a stranger.
Thanks.
No, it's good to hear you. Thanks, Marty. I hear
Kidding
him,
me?
and I hear the frustration. I do.
So where does
Did he just say cheat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
What are you confused about?
So isn't it like the big thing? Like, this generation is soft. They should be punched in the face, this and that. And then you have so many people, like, all of a sudden, like, well, you shouldn't suspend your best players. So what is it?
Well, I mean, he said, why would you want to suspend your player? Well, nobody wants to suspend players. You guys. So if your kid, I don't know, man, your kid blatantly tells you, and let's say you got 5 kids, and they flat out blatantly say, defy you.
How is this on the coach?
Yeah.
The student athletes
I 100%.
broke team rules, and everyone's mad at the coach
for holding them accountable. Yeah, Marty, and actually, Marty,
are these the same people that were screaming like Loxley is terrible, doesn't have accountability, this and that, but now it's the complete opposite?
Yeah. Marty,
pick a side.
I agree with you a lot. I do, but I don't on this one. Danny had no choice. And JJ, you're so dead on. If you're angry that those players weren't there in a game that you feel you could have won, I don't blame you. I think that's cool. I think it makes you a fan. It makes you give a damn. It makes you passionate. Like, you should be angry. But your ire, I feel, is misdirected if it's aimed at that head coach. Your ire should be, and maybe if Danny told you about what happened, then maybe you would feel differently, right? If you knew the facts. But why are you mad at the guy who disciplined instead of the guys who actually went out and caused this? When your kids went out and did something and they needed to be punished, were you mad at you or were you mad at them? Like, who is to blame? No, your point's so right. Why would people be angry at the coach for having? He didn't want.
We should have had someone say this was the coach's fault for the violation of team rules.
Do you think he wanted to suspend him? Don't you think he wants to win? Don't you think he wants to?
The only wide receiver on his team that he suspended.
You think he wanted to do that? Gosh, you hit it so dead on. Why would you be upset at the coach? And you're not, well, they're just kids, Jeff, and they're going to do okay. Yeah, they're just kids, but how are they going to learn? There's got to be a consequence. You tell me they're just kids, well, but since they're really good, I'll discipline them another way. They're going to have to run extra and write on the chalkboard, but no, you take away their playing time. Look, with all due respect, if you're looking to get angry, and if you're looking to place blame, why on earth are you not angry with the guys who actually violated the rules and were knuckleheads, as opposed to the guy who had to dish out the punishment? Do you get mad at the kids or the parents when somebody has to get grounded? Who's at fault? But you're right on this. It's a soft generation, and we're just going to let them. We're just going to let them get away with it. I'm going to guess they're not going to do it again. I'm going to guess. But Marty, with all due respect, like, who's going to know? Everybody in that room's going to know, and then you lose your team. Then everything you've been trying to build here for the last 2.5 years, discipline, accountability, consequence, you lose everybody. Well, if those guys got away with it, why the hell wouldn't I? You had no choice. 505-246-0610. If I'm wrong, I'm not, but I'm listening to the other side. Marty is kind of on the dissenting opinion. We're here, 505-246-0610. I hired IPS years ago. IPS, International Protective Service, watches my home. They protect what's important to me, my home and my family. They protect homes and businesses all over Albuquerque, as they have since 2006, because the bad guys are out there looking to take advantage of you, looking to destroy what you've worked so hard to build. Businesses, homes, call IPS. It is private security, affordable private security. They offer you highly trained armed guards and 24-hour patrols. They patrol your home and your business and keep the bad guys away. Property crimes on the increase. Officer shortage continues to be an issue. Call IPS and do not fall victim to the bad guys. Started in 2006. All these years later, Aaron Jones has created a company that is passionate about your protection and committed to our city. Give them a call, see what they can do for you at 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420 or online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
National Hockey League season starts tonight, JJ.
That's crazy.
Kings are on, right? Against Vegas? Baseball playoffs, second round. Divisional series, what they call it. Starts tonight. Dodgers, Padres tonight. Here's your schedule for Major League Baseball if you're into the playoffs, and I think you are. 11:07 today. Phillies, Braves. Braves are defending champions. 1:37 today on TBS. It's an interesting series to me. Mariners and Astros. 5:30 tonight. Guardians against the Yankees. Late game FS1 starts at 7:30 our time. Padres, Dodgers. I'm just going to tell you. First of all, I think a lot of these are going to be really good. Padres, Dodgers could be spectacular. Padres hate the Dodgers so much. Dodgers are like annoyed with the Padres. I'm kind of annoyed with Padre fan. And Padres are good enough to beat them. I think the Dodgers will win, but I think the Padres are good enough to beat them.
Joe Musgrove. That's the X factor in the series.
Check his ears. Was that the craziest thing, watching the referee go out and fondle that man's ears the other day?
Yeah.
All right, 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610.
Let me check for Vaseline.
That's right.
Here.
Your ears are really, really sweaty and shiny. Jason, you want to talk about the Lobos. Hey, Jason.
Hello, sir. How are you today?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I just wanted to make a comment about the Marty.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys to have him call in just to be provocative, but that's a ridiculous take to let him get away with it. You got to be kidding me. If that's the attitude you have and that's where you place winning, well, that's why we'll never win. That's why we're where we are. That's the last thing we need in New Mexico. How many times have we seen it happen already here?
No, look,
different program.
I can't agree with you more, Jason. I think the program over a game is got to take precedent. And if guys, and I think if Danny let out what happened, if he spoke about it, maybe people would understand more. Maybe not. Maybe people wouldn't. Maybe they'd blame it on him. But
I hope nobody does. And if anybody's blaming the coach for that decision, then they should be fans of another program because that's not what we want.
That's good, Jason. Appreciate you, man. Don't be a stranger. First of all, I don't believe we planted Marty. In fact, I haven't heard more of that Marty in a while. But you look, it's again, how do you parent? And coaching's not all that different. You're developing a culture. If you say do not do this or here's the rules, and your kid or kids blatantly violate that, what are you gonna do? I told you I'm taking away your phone for a week. You're going to say, well, but yeah, you need it, and it's a big week, and it's homecoming, and well, just don't do it again. No, it's not how, I don't think that's how you're going to parent. And you sure as hell can't run a program that way. Ken, good morning.
Yeah, hey, guys. So I want to make sure that this phone call doesn't come across the wrong way. I've been following Cleveland football probably for 8 or 9 years. Haven't really missed a game. My kids were part of the sports program there at Cleveland. Give me some context to Rod and I, because he is a really good coach, and I want everybody to understand that I think he is a really good coach. However, anybody that has a little bit of football experience and that kind of knows what they're doing at that level of high school is going to win at Cleveland. And when you look at Kirk Potter before Rod Nyer, he handed him, the keys to a Porsche. They just won a state championship. So then Rod Nyer takes over, and it is literally, an amazing situation at Cleveland. They have 2 JV teams. They get every single, just like Gonzalez said yesterday, they get every single notable transfer coming in out of state. Yep. It is basically, you just show up and you got some experience, kind of what you're doing. You would have to be insane to get that program to where it isn't, winning. So then, he comes to the Lobos. Then Garza takes over. They're number 1 in the state. They're hanging and beating Texas schools. So people just need to kind of pump the brakes a little bit if they're thinking that Rod Nyer is going to show up to a Division I school and change that culture. I feel bad for Rod Nyer because it's almost a no-win situation for him, because with Cleveland, he had the best 11 on the field 98% of the time when he played. They had Dorian Lewis, Gabe Trey Ortega, Trey Watson, all D1 athletes. Luke Weissong, his brother, Evan. Goes on and on and on. Deion Hunter. It's just a very, very easy place to win as long as you kind of know what's up with the, with the football culture in New Mexico. So I just feel bad for him because he is being put in a situation. If you look at Cleveland last year when he was coaching that state championship, it wasn't an intricate offensive scheme. He basically would turn around, hand the ball off to whoever was there, and it let the 270-pound linemen just kind of move people, and they would just run through holes. I mean, when Dorian Lewis was there, that's all they did was run the ball. It wasn't some amazing scheme at all. They just had better players than everybody. So now he's in a situation where he's probably going to beat New Mexico State, I would say by 14 points. I think they're that good. I think New Mexico's just better than State, and everybody's going to go see. But then when they start playing the Utah State, San Diego State, that's going to be the true test of any kind of change of scheme.
So I'm going to ask you this, Ken, because I hear everything you're saying, and it's a different level. So the guy before him couldn't do it. You say he's in a no-win. It's really interesting because how much – I mean, if they are undermanned, if they are not that – to your point, he's not going to have the best 11 on the field all the time. Because there's two sides to this, right? Is he ready? He was in high school football a year ago. Is he ready to be an offensive coordinator? And then there's this side that says just because you haven't done it doesn't mean you can't do it. But you've got to have the horses to do it. And I wonder how he's going to be judged. And I think, you're going to look at it and say, if they're not successful, see, he wasn't ready. Well, they weren't being successful offensively before. So he is in a tough spot. Now, I don't know where else Danny was going to go, right? You're not bringing somebody out from outside in the middle of the season. You had to go with somebody on your staff, and so your quarterback coach makes sense. But I understand the trepidation. I've heard it from a lot of people.
So basically what I'm looking for is if you are outmanned, if you don't quite have the horses like you say, you need to come up with a very original, elaborate scheme. You need to come up with things that a genius would come up with at this point. If you're, dead last in the country in offense, second to third dead last this year, you need to come up with something that people have never seen before, maybe in the last 2-3 years out of this Lobo football team. Yeah. You can't just sit there and say, I'm going to run the ball, I'm going to go up the middle. You've got to do something that blows people away. And if Rod Nyer is that guy, then we're going to start to see it at New Mexico State. We're going to start to see play calling that we haven't seen in 3 to 4 years and go, wow, that is amazing. That's inventive. We're playing above our heads here with just the scheme, and that's awesome.
Yeah. So Ken, let's have this conversation here in a few weeks and see where it is.
Thank you.
Because I appreciate you. I feel the nervousness, JJ, and I know you've heard it too, right? Why is he going to this guy? First of all, I don't know where else he was going to go, but is this the guy? I'm going to tell you, when I started running a bowl game, I never run a bowl game before. There's a difference between can you do it and have you done it, and at some point you got to go do it, right? What do you think about what Ollie said?
That's fair concern, being in it, but you're not overhauling the offense in a week. What you're looking for is specifically to me in the second half, because you have a game plan that's working early. And so you're not going to deviate from what you've done to start games the last couple weeks. You're going to find adjustments in there. You're going to continue to work on your execution. But it's in the second half. How can you make your quarterback more creative? How can you get your playmakers involved, assuming that they are on track to return? Jordan Porter is your best weapon downfield. There's no one else. All right, can you scheme some things to get him open, quick routes? There's things that, even without looking at the film, and I talk to someone that watches the film every week in Ned James, that's missing from this offense in terms of easy, quick throws. You start implementing that in the second half in a close game. What can you do? But to the point is, you're not switching everything. It's impossible to do.
That's right. That's right. All right, back to the phones and your correspondence, and feel free to get into 505-246-0610. Bad weather, and we've got a lot of rain lately. Has your vehicle filthy? I know it's dirty. It's covered with yuck and mud, inside, outside. You dragged it all in. On the Spot Automotive Detailing is going to take care of that for you. On the Spot Automotive Detailing will come to you wherever, whenever it's convenient. They'll detail your vehicle. That means inside, outside, underneath the seats, and back behind places you never knew existed, under the hood, around the rims. When they're done, it looks and feels and smells like the day you took it off the lot when it was brand new. And they come to you wherever it's convenient. You're working, so am I. They're out in the parking lot, they're working. You get a text, you go outside, and your vehicle is sparkling. They also offer ceramic coating. They apply it by hand. It's the best way to protect your paint for years. Paint correction, sap removal, and a 10% discount for our military. It's a great gift, too. The holidays coming up. You're starting to think about it. On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Scheduled today, On the Spot Automotive Detailing, 505-859-2859. 505-859-2859 or online at otsdetailing.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence to...
All right, Phillies are going to be without one of their relief pitchers 37-year-old David Robertson, Phillies reliever. He was pretty good for him. 6 saves, 2.7 ERA for a team that basically uses a saver or a closer by committee. He was injured in the celebration, in the wild card celebration. Hurt his calf jumping up in the air when Bryce Harper hit the home run against the Cardinals in the last round. He's out. How about that?
Really, man?
I mean, it sounds like he just jumped up and blew out his calf. But yeah, celebrations, man. Yes, that's the truth. All right, 505-246-0610. Hello, Terry.
Good morning, Jeff, JJ, A. Marie. Hope you're all doing well. JJ, it was nice to see you out at the ticket giveaway, actually see you in person. Jeff, I apologize for not standing up when you came up the stairs, but I didn't know if you were in a hurry or whatnot, so I wasn't trying to be disrespectful.
I was like, people did not just stand.
They're not standing.
They did not stand as I came up the stairs, A. Marie. I was pissed.
Well, as you reached out and we shook hands, but, I was raised, we should, but I was like, is he in a hurry or not or what? So, like I said, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful that way.
Stop it.
But, yeah, it was nice to also see you in person and say hey, despite the bad outcome of the morning games that day. The NFL integrity of the game, oh, geez. You bet $1,500 you're out for a year, but now it's like, if the games aren't rigged, you're like, what is a foul not? I wish, I know this is slightly different, that you at least got 2 wrong challenges, and even if you got 5 right, you could keep going. But I guess also when they mentioned Parcells was one of those back when he said, if you can review everything, great. If you can't, then don't review anything. I don't know how far we can go, but it's a little outrageous because I really did, and you were glad they didn't call it, but I thought the 2, both when Mahomes was shoved down and when he was tackled, both were worse than, from the Raiders. And so you go who gets it, and of course it's always Tom Brady gets special treatment,
Yeah.
But I do agree with JJ. I think we all should blame it on the Dolphins. I mean, if they had a clue, maybe all this nonsense wouldn't be going on. But, whichever had it. My pool was, I guess, a little off. I always hate to see somebody lose their job, but I guess this is the week where you make a change. I was wondering if the special teams coach would survive. Special teams have been hurting, but, they'll go down and hopefully rebound and things get going. But, from that way, Lobos, Aggies, woohoo. Last little thing, rankings in college football have to be kind of meaningless when you're ranked 20th in the nation and you're an 8-point underdog to a team that just lost 49-0. Oh, well, life goes on that way. But you guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you later.
Right,
be safe.
See you. Yeah, I saw Terry coming up the stairs. They were in the Kansas sweatshirts, and I stopped by and talked to him. And tough loss for the Jayhawks earlier in the day. It's kind of funny when you start on the field, depending on which row you walk up.
How dare people not rise?
Can you believe that?
When you're walking up the stairs.
All rise. He mentioned some. How much replay can you do? And, I remember when replay started and we're like, gosh, it takes forever. And now we're used to it, right? Now it's just part of the game. It's part of a game. Baseball, we're worried about getting games played in 2.5 hours. Here we don't give a damn, right? We can sit. And there was a play, I think it was the Devontae Adams catch yesterday, right? The one at the end of the game. Why did that take so freaking long? Now, they have got this expedited review where they've got a guy down there that if it's obvious, they can tell the referee and let's go. And that felt like it would be one of them. So do you want to add this, which, by the way, is going to be a complete objective.
Remember how y'all felt with pass interference?
Mhm.
This would be the same thing.
So this is when you were able to challenge a non-call,
Yes.
right?
No. Does a conversation need to be had? Like, all right, let's address things. Is there a common sense element to this that we could be missing in the moment with the 2 missed roughing calls? Do not add this to review. all that's going to happen is then all of a sudden people are going to be screaming about how bad it is. Same thing happened with pass interference.
Yeah, Parcells used to say, and he's right, if you can't review all of it, then don't review any of it.
No, it
The
makes
goal is
sense
to
for
get it right.
possession,
Stepping
scoring
on the
plays,
line.
that stuff, it's right there. The majority of the time. Sometimes you're just like, there's massive bodies. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go with the call on the
Stands,
field. Okay. Do not add this to being reviewable because we all watched this happen with pass interference. Oh my gosh, something has to change. What a terrible missed call that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. How could that happen? He hated it when it was there. It was worse for the game.
That one was. I agree with you on the common sense thing. Look, there's got to be. You know how I always tell you pitchers or baseball players, they should be. I mean, why can't they hit? Right? Why can't they hit? Everybody else on the field hits. Why can't a pitcher bat? Quarterbacks are football players. Everybody else on the field gets hit. Now, I understand as well as anybody else does, like all y'all are going to tell me, but they're the money makers. The quarterbacks are making $35, $45, $55 million a year. They're who we came to see. I got it, man. You don't want to see Skylar What's-His-Nuts from what was the guy from the Dolphins we just watched the other day? What's his name? What was his name?
Skylar Thompson. Pride of Kansas State.
Did you know who he was beforehand?
Yes.
You did?
7th round draft pick for the Dolphins.
Did you know before this week?
Yeah, he was a good college quarterback.
Okay. I mean, I knew it was a good. I didn't know he was there. All right. I'm sorry. We all want to see Skylar Thompson.
Poor Skylar.
Yeah. All right. We all want to see him. I'm not telling you that they shouldn't be protected some, and I'm not telling you that there should be something. But they're football players. They get hit. Like inherent to this game is getting hit, right? Troy Aikman's.
It's tackle football.
It's American tackle football. If you have the ball, the object is to bring the guy with the ball to the ground. That's the object of the defense. And there's got to be some common sense. Look, you can't go headhunting. We're not bringing this back to the steel curtain and the purple people eaters, and we're not. It's not open season on quarterbacks. And it almost feels like they dialed it in, but they weren't accepting that there were still injuries. And you got to a point. Look, we've crossed the line. What happened to Derek Carr? What happened to Tom Brady was not excessive. And you're paying defensive linemen a lot of money too to also do their jobs. Their job is to get at the quarterback. You have to allow them to do their jobs. Hello, JD. JD.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. So I was watching, football this weekend, and I was noticing that it's really difficult for Terry Bradshaw and Jimmy Johnson, especially Bradshaw, to struggle through some sentences and stuff. So I thought, well, he's probably got maybe 2 years, maybe 3 at most left. Who would replace him? And then I thought, I think Mike Tomlin has got about the same amount of time left. So I think Mike Tomlin's going to replace one of those guys.
Okay, that may happen. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, man. That may happen. That may be on the. I mean, everybody's got an expiration date. We're all going to go do something else, right? All right, we'll wrap this thing up. Name 3 players. No, that's something different. We're going to wrap this thing up when we come back. I probably got some stuff I've got that you sent me. Final thoughts, and then you got baseball tonight too. Who's going to win tonight? Who you got tonight? What's our Thursday night game this week? Bears. Boy, another thriller. Bears Commanders. Wow. All right, it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This is Zach Gelb with the CBS Sports Minute.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. EverguardRoofingandSolar.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
30-29. Hug a Raider fan today, if you know one. My brother's a Raider fan. He was pretty cocky. I got to bleep the Chiefs when it was up 14-0. Then he went silent.
Tell you the best one-win team in football.
Hey, can I tell you this story? Can I preface this by telling you I know nobody gives a damn about your fantasy football team, but I took the worst fantasy football loss I've ever taken.
It's been rough. How about Troy Aikman shouting out fantasy footballers?
Yeah, if you got I was playing
That's funny.
against Devontae Adams in 2 leagues, and the one league I have him in, the other guy had Kelsey. Okay,
Gosh.
so I got beat.
How about how crazy it is to score 4 touchdowns
in one game
on 25 yards receiving?
25 yards. Yep.
And then you had Gabe Davis. At one point, had 2 receptions,
Oh
like
my
171 yards
gosh.
and 2 touchdowns.
It's been insane.
How's your fantasy football? You all right?
Half of them are. Half my teams.
I'm so
I
bad.
played
dude.
too many this year.
Yeah, no.
Too
I got
many.
beat yesterday by like 0.6 of a point or something on Devontae Adams' last touchdown. But I was good because I'm like, well, whatever. I got the kicker, so I'm going to get the extra point. So I go back. They didn't kick the extra point.
Oh, no.
I was livid. So then they get the ball back at the end, and they're going. And so if Devontae Adams catches that, he gets the catch and the 15 yards. So he's going to be up by like 2.8 points on me, and then I'm going to get the field goal and beat him by, 1/10 of a point. No, didn't happen because Devontae Adams dropped the ball.
Sorry.
I hate fantasy football.
Me
Yeah,
too.
it was the worst loss I've ever taken. And the dude's on the phone chirping in my ear the whole time. And he beat me last year by some other stupid mess.
The worst.
I hate fantasy football. All right, so who should I trade? Who should I
Blow it up.
What do you think of Taysom Hill? Is he worth it?
Two games a year, maybe.
Probably the most maddening fantasy football player because he's coming off a 40-point game, and so people are gonna go crazy over him on the waiver wire.
Dude, I got a 0 out of my tight end. 0.
It's worth it. Tight end is 2 players.
Yeah.
Tight end is 2 players.
Andrews
right
and Kelsey. The Njoku did me all right, but
now. And David Njoku's got 3 good games in a row.
Waller was out yesterday. I had Conklin, 0.
Kyle Pitts, they don't like
He's been
him
out.
in Atlanta anymore.
Well, they don't
and then
throw.
he got hurt.
They don't throw to anybody. Drake London didn't get the ball either.
They stopped
don't throw.
throwing the football.
No, they don't throw. Well,
In terms of fantasy football, tight end is the worst position.
it's hard, but it's the bonus. If you get that guy, one of those two, it is such an advantage. Because I zeroed at tight end with Conklin.
It's Andrews and Kelsey.
Like, what are we doing?
And then it's just hope. Because you're going to go, oh, this is Jared Alford week. Nope. It's a Hayden Hurst week. Nope.
You're always a week late on it. You're always chasing it because nobody's having 2 weeks in a row.
No.
Nobody's having 2 in a row. Yeah, it's and now we're going into buys. So you got to start playing with your rosters. It's maddening, you guys. I hate it and I love it. Flat out hate it and I love it. All right, baseball today. So we don't have to go with game 1. It's like, who do you like in the series? The defending champion Braves, and it's going to be easy to go with all the favorites here. It is because all the favorites just came off a bye. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how the teams who were off for a week. Has it been a week? The season ended Wednesday. Today's Tuesday, so it's basically a week. The Braves, the Astros, the Yankees, the Dodgers. How do those teams? They were able to set their pitching. Do you think after playing 6 months of everyday baseball, does it throw you off to have a week off? Do you think it's going to be a detriment or an advantage for those teams who are off?
It can, because I've seen it happen before.
It can what? Be a
It can
detriment?
throw you off
Yeah.
if you're in a really good rhythm. So teams I'd be looking at, like Atlanta.
Let me rephrase that, by the way. Could it be a detriment or will it throw you off? Could it be a detriment or an advantage?
The Atlanta Braves finished the season so strong.
They
Now
have
they're
momentum.
going against a Phillies team that out of nowhere has this momentum.
Yeah.
Fired their manager mid-season, quarter way through the season. It's pretty early. They got rid of Joe Girardi, and here they are back against the division rivals. It's kind of odd how it is, though, that 3 of the 4 series are teams we've seen already play like 20 times in the season.
Yeah, so division rivals with Seattle and Houston, division rivals between Phoenix and Atlanta, and division rivals between San Diego and Los Angeles.
As I'm looking forward to the tweaked schedule next year in baseball.
So where's the upset? Okay, 3 of the 4 series in the first round, the wild card round, were upsets. The only team that held serve was Cleveland. They were able to beat Tampa. Seattle won 2 straight in Toronto. Philadelphia won 2 straight in where the hell were they? In St. Louis. Sorry. And San Diego took 2 out of 3 from the Mets in New York. So, the odds were against 3 of 4 road teams winning. They did. Where's the upset coming?
I'll rank them for you.
Yeah.
Seattle.
Ooh, okay. I was going Cleveland, Seattle, but okay.
Philadelphia.
Yep.
Cleveland, San Diego.
So the number 1 is Seattle, you said?
Yes.
To beat the Astros.
Yes.
Seattle's playing well, man, and I don't think anybody can name 3 Mariners. Name 3 players, right? The Mariners, like
One of the best outfielders in the game, Julio Rodriguez.
I'm just telling you.
Luis Castillo, great acquisition. He's going to be their game one starter. Should be lining up against Justin Verlander.
Yep. If you look at the pitching in these series, like the Dodgers are stacked. Houston should be good. Atlanta's really good. I'll tell you what, man. The Padres pitching has been nice.
Joe Musgrove.
Well, but he's not going to go.
Factor
he can't go till game 3, right?
If he can be that good.
If he pitched
because
Sunday,
Snell is all over the place. Yu Darvish has been fantastic.
do you throw him on 3 days and pitch him in game 2? I mean, through 7. I think you give him full. Yeah. Well, I think you wait and see if you win if you win tonight. If you're the Padres, then you hold him. But I think this it's fascinating. So we are, Amory, what I call the sports equinox.
Oh, yes.
So NFL, college football is going. Hell, we even have golf now because LIV continues. I just heard. Baseball playoffs are underway. The National Hockey League season starts tonight. The NBA season starts next week. So everything is going. I heard soccer's still going too, right?
Soccer's still going.
So it is
Champions League today.
The sports equinox, literally, like everything is going right now. What's not going right now? I mean, you still got motorsports are still going. Like literally, right? November, you're gonna have the World Cup here next month.
Beautiful thing.
Everything. By the time next week when the NBA starts, it is equinox. It's everything is going. Yeah. Yeah. Or is it the solstice? What did I call it? The solstice or the equinox? It's the equinox. Solstice is shortest.
I like the equinox.
Yeah. All right. But that's where we are. All right. I'll rank my my upsets. Cleveland, Seattle, Philly, San Diego. So we all think the Dodgers are going to win, right? And watch, they're going to get beat. The San Diego thing. San Diego's certainly good enough to beat them.
They are.
This is going to be special. I love
but
the
Padres are that team. They're the Chargers. They're the Clippers. You're not going to feel confident about putting that stamp on them until you see it done.
None of them that have worn San Diego have ever won a championship. Chargers, Padres, Clippers. Thanks to Jerry Kill. New Mexico State's coach was with us. So was Steve Virgin today. The Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd follows that. 2 Men On comes your way starting at 4 o'clock, and we return with award-winning radio starting tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Marie, great day today.
Thank you.
Adrian, good work. See you soon. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it, please. Be good to each other. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We will smell you tomorrow.
Bouncing into each other. I think Ella Chavez, the setter, was probably the one who should have had it. Oh, blocked up at the line and falls in perfectly. The Sartans.
Pushing it across is Petrie. Meyer once again, Echerivel. Baker gets it off the block to Meyer. Echerivel, this time she just pushes it. And that one, she was there, was Perea, but it went off the foot.
Sartans have possessed the ball in the offensive zone a lot in dangerous spots just like this. Devaney with another shot and another goal. Noah Devaney. Baca. Oh, what a cannon. Del Greco with authority from the front.
Still alive, pushing it where nobody is. Was number 10, Ella Lopez.